Hi everyone and welcome to Gem Advertising's webinar for this month. The topic today is on mapping out your customer journey. We spend so much time and energy in the marketing world getting our message out there via all sorts of different mediums, whether it's social media, above the line advertising, promotion, sponsorships, whatever it is. We spend all this time getting that message right and getting it to the consumers that we want. Not only do we have that effort in there, we've also got competitors chomping at our heels and waiting to take that person off us. So by the time somebody's walked into our store, called us on the phone, made an online inquiry, whatever that initial method of engagement is, by the time they've gotten there, we need to really appreciate how many messages they've been thrown their way and how they've actually chosen us above everyone else to engage with. So we do our happy dance and we're really excited about the fact that we've got a new customer or client. And then we really need to make sure that what follows afterwards is absolutely giving them the best experience that they can possibly have. With that in mind, what I really want you to do is critically evaluate what your customer journey looks like and how and where there are methods and ways to improve that, to make sure that every single person that's walking in your doors is walking out with a positive experience and then telling others about that positive experience and to come to your business. This is where you get really visual with it. So whether it's up on a whiteboard or whether it's, creating a graph in a Word document, whatever it is that makes you actually see what journey that person goes through. So we're talking about the easiest way to do this is to close your eyes and actually picture what your consumer would do. So when you're closing your eyes and you're thinking about that journey, I want you to think about how they make that first inquiry. What do they search for? How do they find you? When they go through your door and when they speak to somebody the first time, what does that look like? And if you slow that whole process down, you'll be able to find things in that process that you may not be comfortable. It may be down to the nitty-gritty, like your reception sign doesn't actually match the right logo that you're now using, and that's been irritating you for some time. Maybe that the person that greeted them wasn't as friendly or as inviting as what you wanted. Maybe they didn't offer them a coffee or tea when they first arrived. Maybe the room looked messy that they were sitting in. Maybe the service that they had at the table wasn't as great. There's so many different elements that you really need to critically evaluate from your perspective first and take a harsh look at it. So closing your eyes and going through that customer journey as if you were a customer is a really important exercise to do. As soon as you finish that, I want you to then quickly write down all those things that you thought of, because they become your action list of things to take away and start to improve on and set up a time frame and goals to get those done. So that's the first part to doing this. Secondly, next, I then want you to enlist the help of some trusted customers or people, friends, and ask their opinion about the experience that they've had with you. Now that might actually be, I'm not talking about a quick survey or asking them to review you on Facebook. I'm actually talking about calling them or catching up with them for a coffee or whatever it is that you do face-to-face with that person, and have a series of questions ready to ask them about them. Tell them that you absolutely need honesty and they won't offend you if they give you any negative feedback. But it's really important to ask those questions, because if you don't, you'll have a very clouded view about what your customers are actually thinking of you. And you won't ever know that until they're maybe perhaps not recommending somebody come to you and you find out that they've gone to another place and you think, I wonder why they didn't suggest us. So take away that wonder and actually get that information from that person. Again, add that to your action list that's sitting there from the exercise before. And lastly, what I want you to do is get together that action list of all the information that you've gotten from your own personal views, taking into account what others have said, and also ask your team, if you have one, about what they think should be improved. Pull all of that together and map it out in a time frame, in a Excel spreadsheet, whatever it is that you work in, where you can say, these are the priorities, priority 1, priority 2, and priority 3, and then give yourself 12 months or whatever time frame that you want and a budget to get those things done. So as always, I never want to talk too long in any of these webinars, but I really want to give you some short, sharp tips on how to really map out that customer journey. So just to recap, firstly, spend the time, eyes shut, deep in your customer journey, just really understanding what it is that you think you can improve. Then secondly, ask trusted advisors, team members, and people that you really want to get that feedback for honest, good understanding of what your customer journey entails. And lastly, put all those things together in an action plan with priorities listed in groups depending on outcomes, budget, and timeframes, and get to work on your customer journey. And good luck with it. Thanks as always for watching, and please contact me on jam@jamadvertising.com.au for any further information. Thank you.